What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back making a video in my office. I haven't done this in a long time.
Forgot how to set everything up.
I don't know how to use this camera. I don't know how to use Adobe Premiere.
And like unbury all the equipment.
Yeah, it was all dusty in a corner, and covered in cobwebs. So for today, we've got a unboxing for you that we are going to fish very soon. All of these baits look extremely juicy and they come straight from Fish Lab Tackle. You might be familiar with that name because we've unboxed their stuff before. They're a part of Akuma. And they have some geniuses there that make amazing baits, and we're excited to try them out. We got a teaser of these on our podcast, what was that, a month, 2 months ago?
Couple months ago. You
guys might have seen with our terrible cameras from everybody,
yeah.
A blurry version of these baits. Now we're gonna get them in high definition.
Yep.
You're gonna like these baits. They're gonna be awesome.
Now these are gonna be featured at this year's ICast, which Jeff and I are not gonna go to. A ton of stuff going on.
Don't remind me.
I'm gonna be traveling internationally.
You're going to Switzerland?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Switzerland. Which, preview. Hopefully, I'm gonna fish one there.
No.
I'm gonna be in the mountains looking for a gigantic pike on the fly. What? But these are going to be featured at ICast, which we will not be participating in. So in lieu of being there, making videos, doing stuff and things, the Fish Lab Tackle team was cool enough to send us a preview. Hence why this one is in a literal sandwich bag.
However, these are better packaged, but
man.
this is not, none of these are the final packaging,
Yes.
obviously, that you would get. So just understand that. Yes, it's in a Ziploc bag, but that's because it's a massive sample. And again, we had them on our podcast a couple months ago. You saw these in a blurry version. Let's go high def now.
And last year we actually had to steal samples.
Oh yeah, we swiped those from ICast, which is part of why I'm sad we're not going, because usually we get free stuff.
Exactly, and lots of it, and stuff that's not even out yet. So
stuff we steal.
We stole these last year,
now
but
they have a massive clamshell package.
These are the I'm glad that we got to just take them home because this clamshell is gigantic.
I just put them in my pocket.
These have all been repackaged, but yeah, we saw the Slamamander last year early. This is that version of that. So we're gonna show you guys what Fish Lab is going to be actually featuring at ICast this year. Again, you shall preview it. We're going to get in detail right now.
All right, so here's the first one. So we got the Gizzard Shad, BBZ Gizzard Shad. So BBZ, if you guys don't know, is the Big Bass Zone. And if you were on that podcast with Bill, who is a co-creator of this and many amazing baits.
The mental genius.
Yeah, he's literally like the what would you call him?
He's not the brainchild.
I was about to say brainchild. That's not the right word.
He is the mad scientist behind a lot of
the
these
originator.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely a mad scientist. So check this out. Paul's gonna hold it up for you. There's a few awesome features on this I want to point out. Look at that thing. First of all, hyper realistic. Second of all, look at how many joints. What is that? 3 main joints?
2. I almost went with my thumb. 3.
Yeah. It does have BKK hooks on it too. So insanely amazing hooks. Super sharp. Comes with a nice split ring. So you don't got to worry about the action. You're going to have a ton of action with this.
The rear tail here is not made of the same material as the front. The rear tail is like a hard it's one piece. Slightly softer plastic piece, but it's not a hard body bait component like these 3 body segments are in the front. That is seriously trying to go on my thumb real bad.
It really wants to.
It really does. But
and I am
smokes.
with it. I also want to do that.
The color though is gorgeous, and honestly, it really does. I think all the light's kind of not doing it justice. When I'm looking at this, sort of
comes out better in post with some color correction. So don't worry.
It will, but it actually looks very realistic. The color is very, very good. And then you get all the detail here with the fins, the face, and all very 3D. Yeah,
so weight-wise, we're assuming 1.5 to 2 ounces on this baby. But yeah, one last look at there. Let's check this action. Look at that. Unreal. All right, so I don't have anything listed on here as far as the weight, if it's sinking or floating.
Price.
I would imagine it's sinking. That's my guess. Like a slow sink. Watch.
It's really hard to tell with these, but yeah, it does feel like it's heavy enough where it would be a slow sink.
It is a dope swim bait. Nonetheless, very excited to use that thing. All right, moving on. Next one we've got is, and again, you'll notice too on this packaging, this is a media sample, which means that potentially there could be some minor tweaks that come out before this actually launches for the public.
Yep.
So for the media sample, these are basically this is what I'm showing at ICast. And what they're sending out to us, influencers on their team, which is awesome because we get to try them out.
And you guys get to see them.
So this one is the BBZ Cranking Shad. So in this case, you're getting a lip on this baby. Check it out. So we got our lip, It's, I mean, like a wake bait lip. Could potentially dive a little bit. Again, not listed on the media sample package. No. Comes in sexy shad. Same thing. Those upgraded BKK hooks. Look at those bad boys.
Didn't we already get one of these?
3 joints.
Didn't we already get one of these? It's
No, this is different.
One joint.
This is different
That's
from
the
this.
one. Yeah. There's a smaller version of it that does also.
So this is the Glide wake bait version. So it's called a Bio Wake by Fish Lab. So that's a 1 joint system there. Now what we're getting with this one is 3 joints, and that tail is all one piece, which this doesn't have a tail, right? So that's a little bit different. So now you get the tail, 3 joints, upgraded hooks. This thing is dope. Even like this top fin, that dorsal fin, that is insane.
Totally different hooks.
Also, it says BBZ on it, which is rad as heck.
Totally different hooks actually. These are long shank.
Yep.
Those are short shank.
Yep. And also the lip is obviously different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is more of a square bill-esque lip. Look at that.
This one's
versus this super wide.
Much wider.
Yeah, super wide. And those, if you haven't fished these before, they've got a pretty wide erratic action, which is nice. Excited to see what this does on the water. I think it's going to be dope. Also,
this one can catch almost any fish in the lake.
The eyes that they use for these things is insane.
The nice thing about having
this size, this color, this action, this should catch everything.
Every bass in the lake like has a shot. You have a shot at catching that with that size, I think. Anyways.
Yep. We got some stickers. These are pretty rad. Here you go. Also this one. Here you go. It's yours. Also, these are mine.
And those are mine. Oh.
Yeah. This was one of the.
Not even. I think this is
one of the 2 or 3 baits that I was really excited about, but it's possibly the #1 from that podcast that I was most excited about, and that is the Fish Lab Rat.
So first of all, there you go.
First of all, I don't have any rat baits.
Look,
this tail.
Are you?
Dude, what?
Okay, here's.
And it's replaceable. There's a peg right here for this, so you can get like a replaceable tail.
Oh my gosh.
Peg it in there. The crazy thing about this, right? So, depending on what rat baits you may or may not have fished before, I've fished none. This is all one piece. It's got a bit of heft to it, probably 2 ounces plus. You've got the, this reminds me of like those airplanes.
That's exactly right. The shark.
Dude, the shark face is ridiculous. Look at these aggressive eyes. It actually has, oh my God, you can't, is it not on that side? It is on that side. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna try, it's never gonna happen. So the Fish Lab logo is actually up here at the front of the eye. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
That's insane, right? So again, big upgraded hooks. These are again the BKK, that's what they're using on everything. Got a nice split ring there for the action. This thing has prop feet, and look at them. What? It's like those animals in like amber or like preserves.
That's insane.
You see the foot in there? What? So we got 2 prop feet on there. Then we got the tail that's gonna be going behind with some crazy action. Look at this beast. Are you kidding me? That, oh.
Now, as far as baits go, I gotta say one thing that I always hate is when you get the tail that like has to be replaced if it gets either bitten off or whatever.
We'll see
that is always one of my pet peeves. But I'll be honest with you, I've never seen a bait like this in my life.
Me neither.
Realistically, I've never seen one with like the double props. I've never seen one that's quite this size. But the nice thing too is, so Bill Seamantel is sort of known for his, like he sort of made a name for himself inventing the original rat lure. And that's something where he's like sort of taking that expertise, bringing it over here and making a type of bait that he's expert in. So that's kind of, I mean, I think that's pretty exciting. And realistically, anytime you get to throw a bait that is that ginormous, let's get pumped.
I'm gonna catch a monster on that. I promise you. It's gonna happen.
That's a promise.
That's a promise.
That's a promise.
That's a guarantee. Okay, so next up we've got their new plastics that they also showed a little bit on that podcast episode a while back. So you can go back to that. They've actually dropped videos since.
Yes.
So you can go check them out, see these things in action in the water. We're definitely gonna go fish them. There's 2 that I'm extremely excited. The rest I'm just normally excited for. But these are insane. So let's kick it off with
I can promise you, these are plastics that you have never seen anything like before.
Guaranteed. Look at it. This is the first one. I was so excited about this from that podcast. This is a Dragonfly. I'm going to show you on the big one.
You have both sizes?
Yep. I'm going to show the big one here. Here's the craziest part about this. Look, each one of these wing pieces has a little flange on it, so it's going to catch water and move. And they're super thin back here too. So that wing plastic is going to go like crazy. You've got a little ball at the end of each of these legs, so those are going to move a lot. And you've got the long tail.
They're fairly durable.
You can swim it, Texas rig it, Carolina rig it. I mean, you can do anything. Again, they got that like rotten shrimp smell to it.
They do. I'm really liking the durability because it does give a little bit, but
they feel good.
There's a point at which it won't. And I feel like it's a nice balance for a bait like this.
Right. Big head section so that you can actually rig this really any way you want. I'm really excited to actually swim this around just because of these wings. I think it's going to have some crazy action.
I have to see it live.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, like, how many... Okay, but
I love the chartreuse hint in there.
The only question, though, I have. How many dragonflies are... How many dragonflies are underwater?
Underwater, maybe not that many. On the water, a lot.
Millions. But underwater?
If they die and sink, maybe. I don't know.
I'm interested.
Okay. But is this better than the Lunker Hunt Dragonfly?
Well, everything is, because this one won't kill it.
You see the little pincers on the end of those legs?
What in the heck?
What? It's just so
that
great.
That is some detail. The paint's the color is actually really good. I feel like the black, they just went simple with the green pumpkin black fleck because it gives it a lot of like, it's very 3D. That gives it some real dimension.
So when I opened this Ziploc, this next bait, at first I was like, what in the fart is this? And then I looked at its face, you guys. It's a bird. It's a freaking bird. So this one comes in like this just purple and brown color, which is fantastic. You've got these massive flaps down here. You've got a freaking bird face. What?
It also comes in a green pumpkin swirl with blue flake.
What?
And the color's really good.
Oh my gosh.
That bird looks murderous.
That is so insane.
Now the tail is like a flipping bait. You can kind of like if I didn't show you the bird head, you'd think flipping bait. So you break these off.
Right. And then check this out. So there's your hook keeper section. See that?
Yep.
Opens up. Yeah, these are durable baits. And I really want to go flip this thing around.
This is not giving up.
This is
I have no idea how I'm going to fish this.
Rigging these is the top question right now in my mind because I'm like, there's potentially a million ways you could rig these. From topwater to flipping it, Texas rigging it, whatever. And
this one is...
To make a point to that, let's jump to this next one. So we got a frog bait that is unlike any I've seen. So we got the thick upper section here. I'm interested to see, like, do I have to just burn the crap out of this thing? I mean, probably. Throw it weightless, burn it. Oh, but this size, I'm pumped about. Here in Michigan, I think this is going to hammer. Bit of red in there, dude. We're in for something. But look at the arms coming off, flapping about. Look at that, baby. Look at these legs. Oh, my gosh. Like accordion legs.
Yeah, it's very...
So that should have an insane amount of action. And then this one has copper. There's copper in there, dude.
It's a June bug.
This one right here is copper flake, which is the juice, and red. And then you got like kind of the red underside, and the top side's a little more like green pumpkin, Canada craw kind of mix.
Yeah, this has like a June bug on the bottom, green pumpkin on top.
But this, I feel like I've said this every single time, but check this out. So we've got this insane craw. Look, the antenna coming out this far, that is nuts. Kind of a thicker but flat claw section. It's gonna be flapping a ton. Got the added heavy appendages up here into the little legs going up top. And then there's a freaking skirt on this. Dude, this is the juice. And here's that like red Canada craw color again. Oh my gosh, possibly one of my favorite color combos right here. Look at that.
This is
with that skirt on there.
And then this color is the same as that.
Nuts.
The same as that frog. It's like a bass candy, which is like a green pumpkin with a lot of flake on top, and then you get June bug on the bottom with the purple skirt. Honestly,
good gracious.
In my honest opinion, like 100% being honest.
Yeah.
First of all, it's kind of weird because when you think about what bass typically like chase, you'd be like, a worm. They will always eat a worm.
Sure.
But like how many earthworms are just swimming in the lake? Like zero, right? Yeah. So they're just like eating something that maybe they're curious about or think they taste good.
Yeah.
Same thing, I mean like leeches. You're like, how many? Okay, sure. But like, so basically things that look like something or are making them curious that they're like, I'll just go try that. It looks good or it looks non-threatening.
It's moving.
Or it looks like it could be food, like I'm totally in.
Yeah.
This is like the exact opposite where it's like we are going to mimic as naturally and as closely as possible as creatures Period. The end. So I'm
Baby bird fell out of nest.
Which is these are all things that bass would eat. But I'm just
Dragonfly dying.
I'm reserving judgment. They look very cool. Yeah. I love the concept. I've never seen a plastic like this.
Yeah. We're gonna have to see.
I need to see if the bass are treating them the same way as like I'm treating them in my brain. So yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Same. Anytime I see something new to the market that I haven't seen before, I get super stoked about it.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. I'm just excited to try it. I didn't think we were gonna get any of these. So I'm glad we did.
I didn't either.
Which plastic are you most excited to try, and which plastic are you the most skeptical of?
I'm most excited to try the Dragonfly and most skeptical of the bird. And that's an easy one for me.
You know what?
It's a flipping creature bait, like it should be fine.
So I don't know how to fish this right now in my head. So
that's what I'm saying.
I am also the most skeptical of the bird. I'll tell you what, I'm most excited to try the downsized frog. That is what I'm most excited for. And honestly, I'm going to be terrified the whole time because if I break off on the frog, I'm only going to have one left.
That's true.
That's a little bit nerve-wracking. Actually, if we split them all, it's 0 left.
You have one shot.
I got one shot.
One shot.
Count.
Let's do it. Mom spaghetti. All right, you guys, hopefully that was a pretty rad preview for you. Now, these are dropping at ICast. So hopefully voting goes in favor of our boys. We won't be there, sadly, so we can't contribute our votes. Sorry, Dave. Don't be mad, because we totally told Dave we were going to be there, and then things didn't work out. Our bad, but we're still here supporting you, because that's what we do. All right, you guys, hopefully this was a fun video for you, and you're excited about these products like we are. We're going to get out there and try and fish them over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be in my tackle box yours, too, and we're going to go make it happen.
And it's time. Like, this is time for all this stuff.
Dude, this rat, this should go down. Like,
couple
that
weeks,
should freaking happen. Yeah. Also, swim baits. I've been meaning to do more of like a swim bait video.
For 2 years.
Right. Unfortunately, the lake that's my private lake that I live on is not the lake for that. No. It's just not. It's not possible. But the other lake that we just got access back to.
The one by me.
Very doable. Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll make sure that we go out, we test these baits, we try out the new plastics, all that stuff. It's going down, so stay tuned to the channel. Be sure to subscribe, smash a like, ring the notification bell, and then come back when we do our podcast. We don't know when that is yet, but we have a new podcast. Can we tell them the name yet?
I already did. On the podcast. I went on someone else's podcast and I already told them. The podcast is going to be called the Aggressively Average Anglers Podcast. I'm not going to give anything more than that away, but suffice
I think I just demonetized this. 1 second.
I'm not going to give any more than that away. Suffice to say, it will have a higher value proposition than our prior one did. But a couple things will change, but it will still have dad jokes, edutainment, and probably a lot of 90s humor. We're not supposed to be giving more away.
All right, you guys, so we're actually going to drop you a trailer preview that'll be live on YouTube. It's also going to be our first episode, trailer episode, wherever you find podcasts. So do us a huge favor, okay? Go on a podcast app, subscribe to this podcast, and just give it 5-star review.
Yes.
Because it's going to be awesome for you. Leave a comment if you want to. And then, again, very shortly after this video has dropped, you will see a trailer preview explaining the new podcast that I think you guys are going to dig. All of our members were like super excited about it. Yeah. So we believe in them. And I mean, they're like the ideal audience.
Core audience for us. Yeah, for sure. So you're gonna get everything that you used to have at the podcast with more value. So I'm excited about it, and believe me, we're going to be asking you incessantly to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and as many comments as you possibly can. So get ready for that.
Help us blow up the new show.
Please.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Later.